YouTube land. Barb here from barbstamps.com, and I am excited to be here with you guys tonight. If I'm here, it must be Thursday, any Thursday, at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, and 7 Eastern. Yay! I'm excited to be here, you guys. I have 3 really cute projects for you. As of course, obviously, most of the time I think my projects are pretty good. Sometimes, but today I think they're pretty good. So a lot of you guys are talking about your weather. It looks like there's rain a lot of places. We have also had some rain, which is good. I don't mind having rain, as long as I don't think I could live in Seattle. No offense to all of you people who live in Seattle, but I feel like it rains too much there for me, and I wouldn't like that. I mean, we get some rain, but it's not, days and days and days at a time. So yeah, but we do get a lot of snow. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the Thursday night show. I don't have any fun stories to share really. My son has just been behaving himself. I guess those of you that watch regularly know that he can be quite the character, and has had some incidents where he injures himself and does silly things. So yeah, I guess he did go yard sailing with a couple guys that he works with last weekend. And he actually found a set of golf clubs, which I'm sure they're not that great, and an electric smoker, and something else. I can't remember what he said, for $11. So he did make some elk jerky in the smoker last weekend. I don't eat that stuff. I'm not a fan of wild meat. I know Kelly loves wild meat. Dina and I, not so much. So I did not, and I'm not really a big jerky fan either. But him and my husband both said it was really good. So I think that might be a new fun toy for him to play with. Deciding, how much smoke, how much wood chips, flavors of wood chips, yada, yada, whatever. I don't even know. So anyway, that's something. He did go yard selling, which I thought was kind of funny. Although I guess my husband likes to yard sale too. So I guess it's not totally crazy. Anyway, let's see what else is going on in your guys' world here. You're just ready to see some fun things. Yes, me too. Me too. And a few of you are saying that you do not eat wild game either. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I used to this is kind of a crazy story, a total of digression, but I used to eat elk meat. My husband was a hunter, and he would hunt and get elk. And so I did used to eat elk meat. And when I was pregnant with my daughter, I feel like I was probably 6 or 7 months pregnant or something like that. And I was cooking hamburger for tacos or something. I don't know what it was. But for whatever reason, the smell that day, that time, whatever, just really made me ill. Ill. And I have never been able to eat it since. So probably a pregnancy thing. Anyway. So somebody just asked him about my son's teeth. Who was that? Was it Flo? Somebody said, how do you eat it with his mouth? Oh, he just kind of uses his back teeth. That's how he has to eat everything. He just kind of like sticks it in the back, rips it off. He just can't bite from the front, but the other teeth are fine. So he can chew and pull and whatever. As long as he can get the piece of food into his mouth over here on the side, he can do it. Like a sandwich, a sandwich is pretty big, so he can't shove that in the side. So he has to cut that up. Pizza, same thing. It's too big to, so if you slice it anyway. So yeah, as long as things are small enough, he can put them in the side. So there you go. Oh gosh, I just feel like I should have some chatting to do, but there's nothing going on. Nothing going on in my life that's very exciting. I guess one little thing, my daughter's coming home to visit next week, so I'm very excited about that. I haven't seen her since, I guess on vacation, so a month. Well, I guess it was early last. So it's been a couple of months. It's been a couple of months. And so, no, it's only been a month. Seems like a long time. I miss her. So I'm glad she's coming home. So she'll be coming home next week. I think she said Thursday afternoon. Well, she won't be here till after my live is over. So I'll still do my live. But then she'll be leaving to go back on Sunday afternoon, I think. So yeah. So I'm excited to see her. We're all, maybe my son might not be as excited, but my husband and I are very excited. So there you go. Gosh, it seems like something should have happened. Oh, I know. I mean, not that this is anything super exciting, but my husband, a couple days ago, he was off and he was outside. He's always outside when he's off, wandering around the yard doing whatever men do out there. And all of a sudden he comes in, he yells at the top stairs, "Barb, come here." I'm like, okay. So I go out there and I'm like, what? We walk into the garage and he points into the corner of the garage and there is a spider in the garage. And it was huge. I mean, you know how the spider have their body and then they have all their icky legs. So, I mean, the circumference of the thing with the legs was probably 2 inches. I mean, it was big and it was nasty. So I took a Snapchat story and I sent it to Kelly with a phrase of something like, "Oh, heck no," but not heck. Or maybe I said that silly phrase, "Not today, Satan, not today." So my husband takes the broom and he's just going to kind of push it out of the garage, get it away from the house. So he scoots it out into the grass, which is still only like 6 feet from the house. I'm like, that's not going to work for me because that's too close. And that thing can move pretty quickly. So he kind of tried to brush it again. And I think he ended up killing it. Oh, darn. I mean, some of you people might be upset with me for killing it. Sorry, I can't. Something that big cannot be around my home. It just literally can't. So it's no longer with us. Bye, spider. So yeah. What is the color of that beautiful lip gloss? Oh my gosh. What is it? It's Revlon. It's called The Gloss. Here, I'll try to, there's a stupid tag on here and I'll try to get it off. Anyways, it's The Gloss. The Gloss. And I actually have 2 colors on. I put a light color on. This one is number 301. 301 is the base. It is called Rose Quartz. And then I put a little bit of this darker shade. So I have a light pink and a dark pink. I don't know if the camera's going to pick. Is that going to pick those up? So I put the light shade on all over, and then I put the dark shade just kind of in the middle. Sometimes I watch makeup tutorials. I am not a makeup person at all. I barely wear any makeup. But I do, for whatever reason, like to watch makeup tutorials. I like to watch people put makeup on. I just find it very fascinating to go from, you look like this to then you look like this. And it's just like, wow. So I've picked up some tips with makeup along the way. Anyway, so this one is, so it's 301 and 275. And they're both the gloss. They're both by Revlon. And I wear them together. 301, 275. 275 is called Dusk Darling. So there you go. And I also wear a highlighter. I don't know if you guys can see. I have a little bit of a highlight right here. I think it's a Maybelline highlighter. Anyway, you guys are so sweet. I don't even really wear lipstick. It's just a gloss just because I don't. Anyway, I feel like I look better if I have a gloss on, if I'm live or if I'm doing, like if I have people in my house or something like that. So anyway, okay. Oh gosh, Sue, my million. Yeah, I know. Probably a year. No, more than that. Probably like 2 years. Yeah. I'm not a huge seller. Dina's a really big seller. I'm not a huge seller. I mean, of course I wouldn't mind if you guys ordered from me. So just going to throw that out there. If you need some stuff, I know a gal that can hook you up. Anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a while. And I honestly, I don't know. I'm not in it for the glory. Not saying Dina is. No. But I mean, I'm personally not. I don't care. I just do what I love because I love to do it. And if people buy stuff from me along the way, that's awesome. It helps me pay my bills. This is my full-time job. I do this. This is my job. And I love it. I don't love all this job because I really hate doing taxes. So There are parts of this job that aren't that great. Taxes is one of them. So anyway, yeah, it'll be a while. I mean, I'll let you know, but it's going to be a while. So anyway, yeah, I guess that's all there is then. The spider was icky. And yeah, and nothing really with my son. So I'm gonna knock on linoleum covered wood, so that nothing else does happen to him, because yikes, that would be bad. Taxes in any job is not fun, Judy. That's a fact. I mean, unless you are like a tax accountant or something, because obviously you wouldn't get into that if you didn't enjoy it. But maybe it's doing someone else's taxes isn't as bad as doing your own taxes. I don't know. All I know is I'm not a fan of doing it. So there you go. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and flip the camera because I don't have any stories. And yeah, so we might as well just get to business. So yeah, let's go ahead and flip this baby around. And we'll see if we can get it to flip. I don't know why, but I always seem to have to tap it twice in order for it to flip. I don't understand that. Why can't you just tap it once? I mean, is it like a safety thing? Like, oh, do you really want to flip me? Yes, I really do, or I wouldn't have touched the button in the first place, but whatever. Okay, let me put my glasses on, put my hair clip in so that my hair's not hanging in my face. I honestly cannot wait to get my hair cut, you guys. I'm getting it cut next week, and it is too long. I usually keep it long in the summertime, because sometimes I have to wear it without straightening it, because I have to straighten my hair because my hair is kind of wavy, curly, frizzy. And so if I straighten it, it looks a lot better. Anyway, so in the summertime, I typically let it grow longer, because when I go on vacation, I can't fix it at the campground. Anyway, it's too long, it's unmanageable, and I got to get it cut. Somebody said something about peepers. You know, I haven't heard a word. My son took that gal to prom, and then I don't think he hangs out with her anymore. So I have no idea what's going on with Peepers. I choose to believe that Peepers is living his best life in a lake, not a lake, but like a little pond on a farm. So that's my story. All right. Nan says she's so glad she found me tonight. I'm glad you found me tonight too, Nan. All right, you guys. I don't have a graphic for the first thing I'm going to talk about, but today is the stamp set sale. Every stamp set in our big catalog is on sale at 15% off today only, so only a few more hours. The sale goes through 11:59 p.m. tonight, and that is Mountain Time. So keep that in mind when Stampin' Up! Announces things. It's always Mountain Time, and you'll have to convert to your time zone from that. So if you do order from me, which I would greatly appreciate it if you did, I have a special that any $75 or more order will get a free package of the leaf label and amber gems. I'll mail those to you, so keep that in mind. I also have my PDF tutorials that I send out for all orders, and orders over $50. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. So the stamp set sale is the big thing, since it's only today. This goes through the 20th. My special here goes through the 20th. The Perfect Partners, we talked about this last week, and I made this beautiful card for you using the fresh cut flowers and the fresh cut stems dies. And when I made this card for you guys last week, I had also stamped it on a circle. So I went ahead and just made that circle into another card. So now I have kind of like a set, in a sense. Anyways, super fun. The dies go with some of our stamp sets that are already available, and then the dies are available for a limited time. This flyer says through the end of the month, but I'm not sure. Stampin' Up! May or may not extend that. Who knows at this point? Okay. Well, that's the other part of that. The weekly deals, new weekly deals were announced today. So we have the Pearlized Enamel Effects, and I have showed this before. Let me pull my little samples out here. So it's a package of 3 colors of Pearlized Enamel. And here are some things. I, first of all, just squeezed it out on a piece of white cardstock just to see what it looked like. So it is kind of shimmery, which is cool. I did do some different things. Then I also had dimensional paper, like some dimensional paper, and I just squirted some dots out on there. And then you can pick these off and, use like a bit of liquid glue or something and put them on your project. So it is kind of some fun stuff to use. I keep meaning to use it while I'm live, but the problem is it has to dry. So I have to be prepared in advance to use it because I don't think it'll dry right away. People have told me it takes 10 minutes. I'm not positive that's all it takes, but I don't know. Anyway, we have our silver metallic edged cotton ribbon on sale, rose gold and white, the Stampin' Up! Masking paper, which is really awesome, the lovely layers vellum, perfectly penciled black and white paper, the layering designs vellum, the faux sea glass shapes, the Eden dies, the scalloped craft treat boxes, and then the evening evergreen open weave ribbon. So those things are all on sale for the week, starting today, going through next Wednesday. World Card Making Day is coming up on the October 1st. So you can get registered for that by going to stampinup.com. I think is where you go. Or no, wait. Yeah, I'm sure if you go to stampinup.com, you can register there. So there you go. And there are 3 bundles that they're going to use. If you order any of these bundles, then you get a free package of iridescent pearls. 1 per order, not 1 per bundle, just so you know. My Celebrate with Tags class. I'm going to make one of the cards for you tonight. Super cute card. You're going to want to buy the class. And so you can do that via the link in the description of this video. We also have our Hippest Hippos online class that we're doing together. And you can add some things like the Rays of Light stamp set, the designer tags to your order if you so desire. And then you can add the paper. You're going to get some baker's twine and the flower shapes in your kit. Our virtual retreat is coming up quickly, you guys. The business portion for demonstrators is going to be on the 6th. And then the creative portion is going to be the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And so you can register at a $10 discount by the 20th of September. I have a link to the registration in the description of this video. Everybody worldwide is welcome. You can purchase your retreat with a box full of fun or without. Everything is exactly the same for you, regardless if you go with the box or without, except if you do without, you don't get the box. So that's the only difference. Both registrations have full access to the Facebook group, full access to the files, full access to all the videos, all that stuff. So the only difference is you get a box full of fun or you don't. So, yeah, there you go. Linked in the description. And these are the bundles that we're using. We're using the Hello Harvest bundle, Kindest Gnomes bundle, Snowman Magic. We're using the split card texture dies. And then we're using the Simply Fabulous stamps that you can add any of these to your registration if you need them. I have a few Fish and a Wish kits left. Super cute class. I actually have quite a few of these Best Butterflies because I did a second run of them after I sold out because I thought, oh my gosh, everyone's going crazy for this. So I did a second run and I still have a number of these left. So if you're interested in that, link in the description. Stamp Happy Academy. I did the first live of September last Friday evening. Fantastic. It was so much fun. And I think Kelly's going to be live next Tuesday and then Dina's live on the 29th. And then our classes will all be uploaded a little bit later this month. So lots going on in Stamp Happy Academy. And then, of course, if you're interested in an adhesive kit, I have them for sale. They come in these cute little rainbow pouches. Got glue dots, liquid glue, dimensionals, tear and tape, a seal, an adhesive eraser, sand eraser, and then a ruler, and of course in a cute bag, and you can even choose your color. So there you go. All right, all that's out of the way, and let me get my stuff for my first project. So my Celebrate with Tags class is my class to go for the month of September. I'm using the Celebrate with Tags bundle, which is the Celebrate with Tags stamp set and the Celebrations Tags dies. In your kit, you will receive a half a package of the red and white glimmer paper. You will also get some of the silver and gold 6x6 specialty paper. You will get the package of sequins. These are called what? For Everything Fancy sequins. You get 3 tubs of these fun sequins in all these colors. You get the Simply Elegant trim, the gold and silver trim. And then if you so desire, you can add on the gingham embossing folder to your class along with the bundle if you want to, because I'm going to be using that in the class too. So let me keep these 2 things out here. And of course my sequins. I think I need the green ones for this card. And I think I need that too. We'll see. All right. So here are my pieces and parts. If you order my class to go, you get all the products that I just mentioned, and then you get a pre-cut cardstock kit to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. And so in your kit, you would get, well, you would need to cut this piece yourself out of the paper that's going to be in the kit. But you get the Tahitian tied card base, a 4x5 1/4 for the inside, 3 3/4 by 5 for the outside, a 1x5 inch strip of granny apple green, and then you'll get some black cardstock to cut this tag. So, oh, and you'll also get this little strip of white. Now you're going to wonder, where did you get that and how big is it? I don't know how big it is. I'll tell you here in a second. It is just about 3/8 of an inch, and I got it from this die. So I actually had to cut this out the other day. Somebody had a question about it. So I cut this out, and these large opening pieces fell out. And I said to myself, wait a minute, that's like the perfect size to stamp a sentiment on. So you'll get one of those too. So if you guys have this die, don't throw these large pieces out because they're perfect for those skinny sentiments that you may have. So there's a tip. You're welcome. All right, you'll also get some cardstock pieces in the class, and you'll need to cut some candles, birthday candles. There's 2 different dies. There's the kind of striped candle die and then the polka dot candle die. And you'll need a variety of candles for the card. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add some color to this piece of paper right here. So I need a scratch paper. Let me pull off one of my little mini grid papers here. And we're going to end up cutting this down to 5 inches long. It's actually 6 right now. So I did that on purpose so that I can tape it to my grid paper. And I can just cut the tape off. So I'm going to I only need 5. I've got 6 here. So you're going to need a blending brush and some ink. I'm going to just use some Memento and just rub your brush over that ink there. And then we're just going to add it to our paper. Oops, I might have gotten a little crazy there. I think we might be able to cover that up. We'll see. So we're just going to keep adding. And if you want, here's a little tip I've shared before. Once you ink up your brush in the ink, if you kind of go like this, you can get some of it off to save. And then I feel like this pad might be, I may need to get a different pad out. I think like that's the problem. Like my pad has some issues. It is my older one. It's got some little bits coming off. So we are going to get a different pad out here. Here is a new pad. Let's get that one instead. Let's put that one away. And we will see if this does any better for us. I feel like my pad was coming apart. I feel like that's what was happening there. And so I was getting some weird blending going on there. Anywho, so you're just going to keep doing this until it's as dark as you want it to be. So it's totally up to you how dark you want it. And what's kind of cool about this is these gold pieces, the gold spots, they are not going to hold the ink. They are kind of like a metallic, slick paper. And so they're not going to hold the ink. We're going to be able to wipe that off with a paper towel. Now I also need another piece of paper here. Let me grab another one. Because I don't really want to touch that with my fingers. Because I feel like if I do that, then I'm going to get oils from my hands, and that may take off some of the color. So we're just going to kind of go down the strip here with our black. Scooch that up just a bit. You can see it's not taking too long to get it pretty dark. Come back and get that little spot. Add some more. Oh, I guess I could take it off my block since that was the whole reason of me sharing that little tip with you. Okay. Got some of that ink off there. And just keep going. Or if you don't have a blending brush, if you have a sponge dauber, that will also work. Okay. Flip that around and get that. So we have it pretty dark. I'm going to get, well, I keep a roll of toilet paper on my desk just because my nose runs quite a bit down here. And we're just going to rub that off of the gold spots. As you can see, I'm going to get a little bit off on my paper or on my tissue, Kleenex, toilet paper, whatever. And then we can pull this off of our sheet. And then we can trim those ends. Grab my trimmer here. Like I said, we only need it to be 5 inches, so I can even just pull the tape off. And yeah, I know there's some white on the edges, but it's not going to make any difference because we're cutting that off. So we'll just snip that off, and then we'll scooch that over to 5, and then we'll get that off too. Okay. So we have our black layer done, and I actually have another one here that I took a little more time with, and it's a little bit darker. But actually, I don't know, they look maybe the same, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to put this stuff away. And this is not a difficult card. That's probably not even that's hard, but that's like going to be the most time-consuming part of the whole thing, is getting that black onto your paper. So then just add a strip of adhesive, and then just butt this up on our granny apple green piece, just so we have a little bit showing, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. That's again a 1 by 5. And then we're going to bring in our card layer. This was a 3 3/4 by 5. I need to check my hands. So they have black on them because I don't want to get black on my white cardstock. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive. And we'll just get that right down there at the bottom of the layer. Turn that over and press that into place. Here's our inside layer. So here is our card base, again, the Tahitian Tide. And I feel like we'll go ahead and add that with dimensionals, but I want to decorate my tag first. So you would need to die cut the tag. The tag in the set is a duo. So I just took my piece of black. It was just a little bit bigger than this, about like this. And I just got one side, and then I just trimmed off the end. Because if you do the whole tag, you get a score line in the middle rather than a cut line. So you can just cut right on that score line to get yourself just a partial tag. Since we're doing a card here and not an actual tag, we didn't need that. Okay, so then we have some candles. And so I'm going to kind of just throw them out here. Or wait, maybe I can't remember how I wanted this, how I had this in my mind. I had it done a certain way, and now I don't remember what it was. Da-da-da. Another yellow and then a blue polka dot. Perhaps that's what I did. No, I think I had a green polka dot first. This could also take quite a while. Trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Oh, I don't have any. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is ridiculous. Why didn't I just take a picture of it? Okay, we're going to go back to what we had in the beginning. We're going to go green, and then blue, and then yellow. No, that doesn't work either, because I need to do this. I need to have these. Oh, you guys know when you watch me, it's a struggle to be Barb. It's a struggle a lot of the time to be Barb. Okay, how about that? And then that maybe. And then this. How about that? Look at that. I think I finally mastered it. Look at that. So I'm going to glue all of these pieces on. I'll switch that one because this one already has a. Oh my gosh, my thing just went out all of a sudden. I'm like, what the heck? It's reconnecting. What does that mean? Oh, the internet, I tell you. The internet is a very frustrating place sometimes, you guys. Very frustrating place. All right, we're going to hope that we stay alive here. I don't know what happened. It's not. Is it raining or something? I don't see any rain. I guess there could be some lightning or something. Is that what I did? And I'm not going to try to have them be perfect on here. So I'm just going to, like, not perfectly straight, because I feel like that would be hard and stressful to get them on here all nice and straight. So we're not going to do that. All right. And then our little candle here next to our green dots. And then finally, oops, we added some extra glue there, the yellow polka dot candle. Okay, so that didn't take too long. There we go. And then before we leave this little tag, we are going to bring in some of these fantastic sequins. And I'm going to just take a little handful, tiny pinch, and put them on the lid. And what I'm looking for is there's a bunch of different sequins in here, you guys. It's kind of crazy how many there are. So there's some little green hexagons. There's tiny little silver sequins. There's little gold sequins. There's a tiny little green hexagon. There are like half pearls. Where's a half pearl? I see you. Come out. There's some half pearls. You can flip that over. And then there's also some green, like kind of see-through sequins. And then there is a big green sequin. So there's a ton of different things in here. So to make a shaker card is amazing with these fun things. If you want to pick and choose, that's why I recommend kind of throwing them out in the lid, because then you can sort of see what you've got. So I want these little tiny gold things. And what I'm going to do with them is I am going to put them in these little openings here on the candles, on the big candles. Or not the big candles, the polka dot candles. Jeez. So I'm going to use a take your pick tool, and I'm going to just kind of mess around with this putty a little bit. And so I'm just going to try to find some of these little gold guys. And then when I find one, I am just going to stick it on the end of my take your pick tool, and then I'm going to press it down into the circle, into the little hole. So you can see this is kind of a fussy card. And if you get the kit and you don't want to go to all this trouble, I mean, by all means, you don't have to, but it's going to look good. I'm telling you. We're just going to see how long this takes. Has anybody got a timer? I'm going to say 5 minutes that it might take me to do this. Are we still live? Oh my gosh, that really freaked me out when I saw that thing trying to restart. Because I know Kelly had an issue last night. Hers just quit. And I don't have a backup link. So that's going to really make me sad if that happens. So if you put your little dots of glue in there first, it does make it a little faster to do this. Or if I was smart, I would have taken all of these little gold sequins out first, rather than, making you guys watch me do it. But maybe we can chat about something. What can we chat about? What's going on that's worthy of chatting? Of course, the stamp set sale. That's always worthy of chatting about when you can get stamps at a discount, right? So I placed my order bright and early this morning because they did say that the stamp sets were while supplies last. So obviously some stamp sets are going to be more popular than others. And so I didn't want the ones that I wanted to sell out. So I got, I can't even remember the name of it. I got 2. And they're both floral sets because I am a sucker for flowers. I know I probably have a million flower sets already, but I can't help it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if this will work. Like if I roll my take your pick tool over these to kind of press them down into the glue, I think that works. So then all I have to do is just dump these little guys back in here. Okay, so that didn't take too long. It might not have even taken 5 minutes. I don't know. And then that's going to go, but look what those sequins do in those candles, you guys. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So I'm going to add this to the card with some dimensionals. And I also, gosh, I keep using up these sheets of dimensionals. So it always makes me happy when you get to the end and you're like, oh my gosh, there's just a few more left on here that I have to use. So exciting. Okay. So I'm going to put that at an angle like that. on there. And then there is a little stamp in this set. Oh my word. What did I do with it? It was sitting here earlier. And I remember I was talking to my daughter and I looked at the stamp. And what did I do with it? Oh no. Why does this happen when you're live? Please tell me. Oh, I found it. Okay. Phew. All right. So, it actually says, let's celebrate you, but I only want it to say celebrate because, as I showed you earlier, my little strip here is skinny. So we are going to mask with some Scotch tape the 2 words that are not celebrate. And then we're going to ink up the celebrate. And we're going to remove the tape, which is the most important part about doing a masking. And then I'm going to stamp this kind of in the center of this piece, if I can. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to put my pieces of tape in the garbage because I don't want that to come back and bite me. And then I'm going to ask, oh, so Betty asked a question and Tony answered her. Thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate that. You guys are so sweet to help each other out. That is really awesome. Stampers are honestly the best people in the world, you guys. There is no doubt about it. Okay, so we're just going to snip off the ends. And this little piece also has a very nice kind of finished edge, because when something comes out of a die cut machine, it's almost like the edges are kind of rolled over a little bit. And so they have kind of a nice finished edge, and that's what's happening here. So whoops, that doesn't seem quite straight. So let's try that again. And there we go. And there we go again. So we have that. So I'm just going to lay that kind of right there on my tag, and I'll use some mini dimensionals for this. That and that. Pick those off. And just kind of right here at the edge, not in the center on purpose, just because then I don't have to center it. And centering stuff can sometimes be difficult. And since I have this popped up and this tag, I am not going to pop up this layer. I changed my mind. So I'm just going to add some seal to the layer, and then we're just going to add it to the card. Okay, so we've got this so far. Cute, cute, cute. Now we're going to add a few of these little green sequins. I guess they're not the small ones. We're going to use the big ones. Ooh, look at that. We have a blob of glue on the end of that, and that is not what we're looking for. That's too big. That's much too big of a blob. Actually, we'll just stick it right there. And then I'm going to add a couple more over here. So I can see those right there on the top of my container. There's one. Here's two. There's one right there. 3. Ooh, that almost fell right on that. And then for the last one, I'm going to try to stick it right here in the hole. That actually might be too much glue. We shall see. I need to find a sequin because I popped this tag up. So my sequin's going to have to kind of set in there. So that's why I kind of went around with the glue, and I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to mess around with the glue at all. I'm going to let it dry. Of course, I have some on my hand now while I decorate the inside layer. So we still have some candles because you can just die cut as many candles as you want. Where's my white layer? Oh, here it is. I was like, did anybody see me do something with it? Like, did I throw it in the garbage? What happened? Okay, so I am going to kind of stagger these candles on this inside piece. So we will put this yellow one. Oh, I need to flip that over because that's got some ink on it. See, I thought I had some ink on my finger. I was hoping that I didn't, but I kind of felt like I did. So this one we're going to almost have completely on the card. And then, oh, great. Now my son's going to take a shower. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. I wonder what that means. Normally he doesn't take a shower when he comes home, so I wonder if he's going somewhere fun. I'm sure he doesn't have a date. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm sure. How would I know? Is that the kind of stuff an 18-year-old kid tells his mother? Not my 18-year-old kid. All right, so we'll just kind of stagger these candles. There we go. And then we'll get our happy birthday stamp. Because both of these stamps are in the set. And we're going to ink this up, I think, in Tahitian Tide. Well, you know what we could do? I'm a big fan of trying to do this, you guys. We're going to try it. We are going to try to go half Granny Apple Green and half Tahitian Tide, okay? So typically what I do is, so like this is the stamp straight across. I'm going to try to angle it a little bit so that it's diagonal. Can you guys sort of see what I'm doing here? And then I am going to get the other side here in the Tide. I need to make sure that I get the whole thing. There it is. Let's see. Let's don't ruin it, Barb. Okay, here we go. Ah, yay! That worked out. So we have a, excuse me, a two-tone sentiment on the inside. I'm going to snip off the base of these candles that we don't need, and then we're going to add this to the inside. So we'll just add a little seal there, and it is done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is one of the cards in my Celebrate with Tags class, and I feel like I've got some glue right here on this flame. So I'm going to bring my adhesive eraser in and just try to get that off. Okay, there we go. So there it is, front, inside, done. And then of course there will be an envelope that goes with this that we can just sort of stamp what? Oh, we can stamp a balloon. Where's my balloon? Oh, it's on my Stamparatus. You think I can stamp a balloon on an envelope while it's on a Stamparatus? Because I need this for one of the videos in my class. I need to leave that balloon in there. Because you can see we need a number of balloons for one of the cards. And so I don't want to take it off my Stamparatus because I have it all set up to film the rest of the videos because I have the cards all done. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. If we were... Well, I can maybe move this because that's not going to make any difference. Nope, that won't work. Dang it. I don't want to take this off. But, because I would want the balloon over here on the envelope and there's just, oh, you know, I bet I could, hold on. I bet I can make this work. I'll just use this as like a stamp pad. I don't have to have it hooked to my Stamparatus. Okay, duh, I can just use it as a stamp. Ta-da! And then I can stick it right back on there, and then it's still in the same place as it was when I needed it. Dang, sometimes I just amaze myself. Okay, there we go. We'll get rid of the Stamparatus. Now we have our envelope, and we are, oops. That just stuck on my finger because there's some glue on my finger. So anyways, card number 1 done. Now we need to move on because that took a while. A little longer than I had anticipated, but it is what it is. Cute stuff sometimes takes time. And I'm going to clean off my stamps. Put my ink pads away. And then we will move on. Sorry, guys. I hope that shower is not too annoying. Sometimes he forgets that, you know, I'm live. Because he's 18 and he has his own life. And sometimes, you know, things are important. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. This is not part of my class. This is just a card that's really cute. Okay, so this one is going to use some of the sets that are on sale today. Let me pull them all out here. So These are, whoops, there was a little sneak peek almost. These are some of the sets that are on sale. They're really good sets. If you don't have them, you might want to think about getting them. They're 15% off. So the Rays of Light, everybody needs the Rays of Light stamp set, or stamp. It's a big background stamp. It's amazing. You won't be sorry if you get it. The Good Feelings is great for the kind of card we're going to make today, where you want your sentiment to be the focal point. And then if you do any sort of crafting, where you do craft bazaars or anything like that, you can use any of these stamps in the limited edition set to mark your creations to follow Stampin' Up's angel policy. So they all have the little Stampin' Up copyright, which satisfies the angel policy. So let me get out my papers here. This is a super simple card. It will take literally minutes. So yeah. Okay, so we have card base of our beautiful fresh freesia. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, of course. We have a layer of white that is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that's going to go on a layer of Blackberry Bliss, fresh freesia, Blackberry Bliss. Beautiful color combination. So then this is going to be 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, okay? And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. So we are going to start out with our Rays of Light stamp set. And you may notice that mine has a hole in the middle. That is a space on the stamp that is not supposed to go onto your cardstock, but I am a very heavy-handed stamper. And when I was working with this earlier today, I kept getting this little spot on my card. So I decided to just cut that out, and now it does not do that anymore. So we were able to fix a problem. So I've got fresh freesia ink, and I'm just going to add that to my Rays of Light stamp set here, or stamp. Okay. And then I have a fairly large scratch paper, and I am going to take this and lay it on my stamp. And then I'm going to cover it, and then I'm going to transfer the ink from the stamp to my cardstock by pressing my cardstock onto the stamp. Okay. And then I should be able to flip it upside down and it will fall off. So here is our main layer here. Then I've got this really large image from the Good Feelings set that just says, "Sending sunshine and good feelings your way." Very nice sentiment. And we're going to ink that up in the Blackberry Bliss. There we go. Make sure we have the whole thing inky. And then I'm going to try to center it on here. I mean, as best I can. Eyeballing it. Oh, is it upside down? No. Because I am much too lazy to put the stickers on my stamps, you guys. So sometimes I stamp stuff upside down. It just happens. Okay. So we've got that done. We've got the background done. Basically, the card is now done. I'm not even kidding. So we're just going to add our adhesive to this layer here. And then we're going to add it to our Blackberry Bliss. There'll be just a tiny bit of color peeking out, but it's enough to kind of make this layer pop off of our main layer, which I am going to add it with dimensionals. Let's see. Tony said she finally ordered the Rays of Light. For some reason, I am not seeing comments on my phone. Oh, there we go. Well, wait a minute. Something is going on with my phone, and well, I don't know. I can see them on my iPad, so that's good. Anyways, Tony said she just got, or she's had the stamp, but she just used it. Is that right? Yes. Finally just ordered it today. Yeah, it's a great stamp, you guys. It works with so many different things. It works as just a background behind, like I could have just stuck it on my fresh freesia layer here, but I decided to do it with this stamp set. And so we will now add this. This is trying to get this centered. This is like the hardest part of the whole card. There we go. Okay, we've got an inside layer. What do I want to say on there? Sending sunshine and good feelings your way. How about I'm just so happy for you? Why not? We're just so happy today. Let me get a block. Let me see if I can stick this on here. And I think we're going to go freesia in the middle or the inside. Okay. And we'll hope that this is straight. If it's not, we'll cry later. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the inside, and then I do have a fun little thing for the outside here that I hope you guys like. I did it a while ago when this embellishment first came out, which was last year, and then I haven't really used them since. I forgot that I even had them, honestly. And I was looking through my embellishments today, and I found them, and I went, oh my gosh, I forgot all about them. So the embellishment that I'm talking about are these adorable little loose flower flourishes, and we are going to use 3 of these large freesia ones. Ugh, quit getting on my finger. Okay. And we are going to do something fun with them. We're going to add a glue dot. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I want these glue dots to be cut in half because they're kind of fat. So I'm going to try to cut it in half. Now that worked pretty good. There's a half and here's a half. And then I need another one. Maybe we can just pull it apart. Yeah, that'll work. You can just pull them apart. Because what we're going to do is we're going to stuff them. I cannot pick that up without a nail. I'm going to stuff them down in the middle here of the flower. Okay. So just kind of push that to the middle. Because we're going to add a rhinestone. And these middles of these flowers, they dip down into the flower. And so I did not have good luck having my rhinestones stick on them until I discovered putting a glue dot in there. Here's another half, so we'll just go ahead and use that. Again, we're just going to kind of shove it down in the middle of the flower there. And we're going to get, and I'm using the small rhinestones, and they just fit in there so perfectly. You can press that in, and then we have a half of a glue dot here on the end of this. And again, I can't pick that up, so we'll use our handy dandy take your pick tool to get that picked up. There we go. And our final rhinestone will fit right in there, and then we will press that into place. Okay, so we have our 3 little flowers done, and now we can add them to the card. And so we're going to come back and we're going to add them with a glue dot. So we'll set these on. I'm going to have to wrap that piece that I tore off back around my whole roll here so that I don't stick this back in my box and have the box full of glue dots. Because I'm sure that's happened to all of us before, where we pull off the protective backing. If you pull off too much of it, then your glue dots will go back in your box and get stuck all over the inside of the box. All right, and then I'm going to add a couple down here. So cute. And you can use the pointy end of your take your pick tool to push that glue dot to the back if you can see it in the sides there. Actually, I don't even need to use this. Why did I do that? That just made more of a mess. There we go. Look how cute that is, you guys. So cute. So they have little tiny flowers that match perfectly. They have their little rhinestones inside. Then we have our little sentiment on the inside. And you may have seen them when I pulled this out. I was trying to be sneaky, but sometimes I'm not. I have 2 other cards using this exact same technique, same supplies, basically, except ink colors. And I've done basically the same thing. So this one we've got with the Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia, and then of course those cute little flowers. This one is Pool Party and Bermuda Bay with the butterflies. And then this one is Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral with some champagne rhinestones. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this strip of paper and I'm going to put it around these glue dots that are exposed, so that when I stick it back in the place where I keep my glue dots, those glue dots aren't going to stick on anything. So anyways, there is a fun little thing for you. Kathleen said she's not a purple person. Then this could be for you, Kathleen, or this one. Either one, because you can do this thing in so many different colors and color combinations. It's just amazing. All right, let me put some things away here and get some stuff off my desk because I kind of got a mess going on here. I am going to clean off this big stamp, the words, so that I don't end up sticking my finger in it, because that's kind of how I roll sometimes. Sticking my finger in stuff. Okay, and then we will get out the supplies for card number 3. So let me put that over here so I can bring those back at the end of the show. All right. So for this project, we are going to use the Celebrate Everything paper. I've showed this a few times. It's amazing. I'm going to keep showing it because it's really fun. It's the host paper from the holiday catalog. If you've never seen it before in real life, it is. There's 12 different designs. They're double-sided. So we have this with this. We have some kind of Halloween stars. Christmas. Oh, here. The paper is actually black and white. What's on the back of it? This. So the paper's black and white, but you can color it. So look what I've done here. I've colored that so much. Well, look how different that looks just by adding some color to those trees. Lots of fun. We've got this pattern. We've got the stars. I already showed that. Did I show that one? Yes. And we have the stripes and the pumpkins and ghosts. We have some pink snowflakes and some candies, some wood grain and some grid. We've got some ornaments and some bows. I don't know what this is called, but it's very cool. This zigzags on the back, polka dots, stripes, fireworks in color and black and white. And then we have the backs of those. So it's a really fun pack paper. I have really enjoyed using it, and I've been using it quite a bit. So we are going to use it on this card here. So I have a card base of shaded spruce. I'm going to need to get an inside layer for that. And then I have die cut out of a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of shaded spruce, one of the Picture This dies. So I've got this die here that I cut out of the center. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my stamped pieces behind these windows. So I have a 1.5 by 3 inch piece of this pattern. I have a 1 1/4 by 3.5 inch piece of this pattern. And then I have a layer of white that is also 1.5 by 3. So these two are the same. So we are going to do some stamping on this with a sentiment. It's another sentiment from the Celebrate with Tags bundle. So it's the happy birthday that we used on the other card. But this time we're going to ink it up a little bit differently. I wanted it to be multicolored. And as you can see, there are a lot of colors on this piece of paper. There is some red, some shaded spruce, some crushed curry, some granny apple green. And so I wanted to bring these colors into my sentiment. So I've got the red and the curry and the green. Okay, we've got the 3 colors. I've got a sponge dauber for each color. And we are going to ink up this stamp. So I'm going to start in the middle of the stamp with the crushed curry. And I'm going to go kind of diagonally, just kind of diagonally across the center. Okay, very simple. Except I think I might have too much on there. So let me get that. Yep, I just licked my finger. I know, you're going gross. And I got too much on that too. So then I'm going to do red. And red is going to be at the front here on the H and the BIR. Okay, and then we're going to do the shaded spruce on the back end here. Ink that up one more time. Okay, so then we're going to stamp it on this piece of white. So I'm going to huff on it to re-moisten the ink a little bit. This doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle because we have a little bit of wiggle room behind the window. but look how cool that looks. Is that not so fun? So you've got a tricolor fun birthday image. And so now all we have to do is add our pieces to the back side of the windows. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and I'm just going to go around the windows. So I'm putting a very skinny bead of glue around the window opening here. There we go. And this little skinny one in the middle. Now I don't have a ton of glue coming out of my tip because I don't want it to squish out all over and make a mess. So if I just am very careful with it and use it sparingly, then I feel like I'll have a lot better. I'll be more successful getting those pieces behind the windows without making a big mess. So I'm going to bring in a silicone mat just to make this a little easier on myself. So I'm going to put that one on first. So I'm just going to come down over the top of it, and then we can press that into place. This is the next piece I'm going to add. And I kind of want it to be a specific way that it's on here, because I want to be able to see a lot of these squiggly lines. So I was kind of careful with the placement of that. And then I'll try to get this right in the center of the window here. Whoops, I may have to bring it down a little bit because I have to be kind of right over the top of it. And if it's right underneath my camera, then I'm not. Okay. Hello, Margine from Wyoming and Kim from Kansas. Thanks for joining us. And Becky says, never thought of using a color other than yellow. Oh gosh, Becky, just go crazy. Use any color you can think of with that Rays of Light stamp set. You won't be sorry. It's amazing. Okay, we're going to use dimensionals on the back of this. So we're still not quite close enough to using up the whole thing, I don't think. But I should be able to use it up here when I get the videos for all the rest of my Celebrate with Tags cards, because I've got the cards all done, like I said. I need to film the videos, write up the tutorial, and then it's going to be ready to go out with all the class kits on Monday at the latest. So let me add this. Trying to center it, of course, if I can. Oh, that's not centered. Wait. Come back here. That. Okay. There we go. Then I have some of this ribbon. This is a carryover from last year's holiday catalog, and it's called what? The Gold Shimmer Ribbon. It's very pretty. It is very shimmery and beautiful gold. So I'm going to tie a bow. I usually do 2 bunny ears and then cross them and pull 1 loop through the opening there. And then I'm just going to manipulate this by pulling on the ends until the loops are about the size that I want. And then I am going to pull the loops right next to the middle there and pull them tight. And then sometimes I have to go back and pull them out just a skosh to get them to be the way I want them. So that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to get my nice snips out here. And I'm going to add that ribbon right down here. We're going to jazz this thing up a little bit so now I can bring my glue dots back out and get those dots maybe used up that we're trying to cover. So I'm going to add that right here underneath the birthday. Okay, and then we're going to bring those green sequins back in, because look, we've got some granny apple green here. We've got some granny apple green in the sequins. So let's just go ahead and add a couple dots of glue, 1 here, 1 here. That one might need to be a little bit bigger. And then we're going to come down here and add 1 in that white area. So again, I am going to bring the sequins in and use my Take Your Pick tool to place them. Now I'm looking for, there is a smaller green sequin in here, and I'm just trying to eyeball it before I dump a bunch of these. Oh, there's one right there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the end of my Take Your Pick tool, but it's a little smaller and it's actually a little bit see-through as these larger ones are not really see-through. They're more solid color. I don't know, is that called opaque? Is it opaque when it's solid, or is it opaque when you can see through it? I don't remember. Anyway, let me get a piece of white for the inside. I need to trim this because it's not the right size. There we go. Okay. Oops. Get some of that stuff out of the way. And I think we're going to use the Let's Celebrate You. And you know what we're going to do? I think we're going to try to do the same thing with this and those colored, the colors here. So let's do the same thing. We're going to mask that off, and we are going to bring the colors back in, and we're going to try to add the colors to the stamp with our sponge dauber. So we'll get the yellow all across the middle, peel off the tape if I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, and then we might have enough green on here. Yes, it looks like we did. And then we might also have enough red. So let's just add some color. Okay, we're going to huff on it to re-moisten the ink. And then we're going to stamp it. Yay, look at that, how fun. And that wasn't too hard at all. So I just threw away my pieces of tape. We didn't need that. I feel like I need like some paper on the bottom, like a strip of this patterned paper on the bottom. Is that 4 inches? Yes. Where's my little tabletop trimmer? Here it is. This is a little photo trimmer, you guys. Stampin' Up! Used to sell it. They don't anymore, but I do have a link to a very similar trimmer in my Amazon store. Links in the description of this video if you're interested in getting a little trimmer like this. They're a lot of fun. Oh, I also, you guys, I got a new pop socket. This is my pop socket that I've been using, but I just got one for Halloween. And if you guys are pop socket fans, there's a link to the one that I just got in the description of this video. I am a pop socket crazy person. I love changing out my pop sockets. I change them frequently. I have a really cute kind of snow globe one for Christmas where it's a little snowman, and he's actually, it's a little bit thicker pop socket, but he's actually covered in like, it looks like a snow globe, like you can shake it and the snow kind of falls around him. It's adorable. So I'll definitely be showing you guys that when it gets closer to Christmas, but I wanted a Halloween one because I haven't had a Halloween one. So I got on Amazon and I found one, and it's so cute. They actually had quite a few. It was actually very difficult for me to decide which one to get, but I am a very cutesy Halloween person. I don't like creepy, scary Halloween. To me, that's not Halloween. Halloween is fun and cute. So anyway, if you're a pop socket fan, check that out. It's cute. Okay, so we are done. Here is our card all finished. And I have to share with you guys, I have one already made, and look what this one did. So you see we have the red and the yellow and the green. Well, look what happened to this one. I got the colors fairly close together. So we've got a tiny bit of orange, and then we have a tiny bit of granny apple green, just because the yellow and the shaded spruce kind of made that granny apple green color. And then the red and the yellow, again, it kind of made some pumpkin pie. So this one didn't quite work out. I've got a tiny bit of pumpkin pie there, maybe a tiny bit of granny apple green there. This one actually worked out a little bit better, but you know, it is what it is. When you're doing things like that, you're never going to get 2 cards to be the same. So don't even try, just go with it. Then we have these 3 beautiful cards using that Rays of Light background stamp. If you guys don't have it yet, you really, really might want to consider getting it. It's amazing, and you'll use it a lot. It goes with literally everything. It's 15% off. Shoppingwithbarb.com is my website. You can order it from me. I would greatly appreciate your business. And then finally, one of the cards from my Celebrate with Tags class that will be ready next week. And here it is. So that is it, you guys, tonight. I hope that you have a fantastic week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic week and that everything goes good. So I will be back next week with some more fun projects for you guys. Be sure to give me the thumbs up if you haven't already. I appreciate that very much. And then subscribe to my channel right down here in the corner. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, that will notify you when I upload new videos or when I post that I'm going to go live, because I posted my live link yesterday on YouTube. And if you are a subscriber, I believe they will remind you about that. So make sure you subscribe and then hit that little notification bell that say you want to be notified when I do videos and go live. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. Any of the links in my description, if they work for you, that'd be awesome. If you wanted to support me a little bit, I'd greatly appreciate that. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.